So the other week, I was bombarded by a bunch of requests from you guys to take a look at whatever whack situation Trisha Paytas managed to insert herself into, again, for like the 300th time since her career started. And that situation is technically already outdated when it comes to the Trisha Paytas saga. Because she's already started with her other antics, like going at the vlog squad for the 80th time. So today I thought it was about time to take a look at what Trisha Paytas has been up to for the past month. And I'll chime in with my 2 cents at the end of this video with why I think she does all of this. So let's just start this video off with a jingle. When the world outside is a total mess, and we're locked inside, more or less. Thank God we have creators who can't act right to their collaborators, distracting us from the misery in 2020.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
I'd clap my hands if I wasn't holding this camera.
Oh, thank you. That was some future Grammy-nominated bars right there. But before Trisha Paytas, I guess most recent antics, she came out as a chicken nugget a while back.
I'm a chicken nugget, and that's what I'll identify as.
So then come out as a trans gay male stuck in a female body in a fully monetized video.
In my head, I feel like I'm a transgender female to male.
And then she came out with a very confusing apology to all of that, which was also monetized to my knowledge.
I put out that video, and in no way did I think I would get so much backlash and hate.
Then she went on to the H3 podcast to claim that she doesn't know how to turn off monetization on a video, which can't be true. Claiming you don't know how to do something you literally make a living off of doing, it's a little bit weird. That's a bit of a stretch, to say the least. Then she was recently put right back on the map due to a video she made on a YouTuber who made a video with Anthony Padilla, who you most likely know as one of the original founders of Smosh. And Anthony's video was titled, "I Spent a Day with Multiple Personalities, Dissociative Identity Disorder." And in this video, Anthony hangs out with the 2 YouTubers, Dissociative Did and the Redwoods. And if you're like me and you've never heard of Did before, Dissociative Did sums it up right here.
Can you explain what having DID entails?
Yeah, so having DID means that as a child, your personality was unable to fully develop into one singular personality. Everybody as a child starts off with an unintegrated personality, and around the ages of between 7 to 9 in normal development. But if there is repeated or severe trauma before that age, then the brain can say, whoa, I can't deal with this. This cannot be my life, and we would not be able to survive if I was aware of this. So this trauma, along with the ability to dissociate to a high level and having disorganized attachments to your primary caregivers, prevents one personality from fully integrating because the amnesia that goes up to keep that trauma away. And that's why if you have DID, you have multiple personalities rather than one singular one.
For people interested, I'll be linking Anthony's full video in the description down below. But how does this involve Trisha Paytas? Well, with Trisha's current business model, if the attention is not on her, something's wrong. She needs to do something about that ASAP. So she came up with this and uploaded this video titled, "Meet My Alters, Dissociative Identity Disorder." Naturally. So now Trisha Paytas is a self-proclaimed trans gay male in a female body who identifies as a chicken nugget with did. Okay. So the only group of people she's not offending here is the chicken nuggets, considering they're... Actually, no, she's probably offending vegans all around the world. Hannah, as a pescatarian, how triggered are you from 1 to 10?
2. I'm too tired to be triggered.
I feel like that's like the world on Trisha Paytas right now. It's kind of like... we're tired.
I see how it's offensive, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like people should just ignore it.
But how did the general public take this? Let's see this. 5,000 likes against 110 dislikes. Okay then. Jokes aside though, everyone who knows who Trisha Paytas is takes what she says with a pinch of salt. And if you don't, you really should. What I'm trying to say is, wow, Trisha doing some whack yet again? It's just another day at the office for her. So yes, Trisha Paytas made a video claiming that she has DID. She said her ex has DID, then her ex made a video saying that wasn't public. Then continuing in this same video with Trisha says that she was self-diagnosed. So I'm assuming what she did there was one of her self-proclaimed alters as a psychiatrist and then diagnosed her as having DID. Trisha, we wouldn't be going in on you if you weren't the YouTuber who turned crying wolf into a profitable industry for yourself. But since the original video that she released, she then released a video titled, "Dear Anthony Padilla," where she goes on a 7-minute tangent about Anthony Padilla because he posted an Instagram story basically shaking his head to her original video.
When I watch other people talk about it, I'm like, they're crazy. Like, I had watched the MQ one, and there's a girl.
And in the video, she says this.
Claiming you have dissociative identity disorder is not cool excuse to mock people in the community and call them crazy. When did I mock them? And you know what? Hey, newsflash to you and Dissociative Identity, the girl that I was talking about. You're on YouTube. Guess what? People are entitled to say whatever the they want about your video. It's called freedom of speech. You put something out there, get ready to be criticized, baby. All I said was like, yeah, like watching that, I could be like, oh, that girl seems crazy.
I love how she's taking the stance that everyone can say what they exactly want to on the internet, yet she made this entire video because she's upset that Anthony said what he thought about her video. Bravo. Bravo. This is some Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man type beat. She also said she was diagnosed here.
I never had an identity develop in my, like, I've been diagnosed with this. I've gone to things.
At about 2:45 in this video, but in her original video, she said she was self-diagnosed.
I've never been diagnosed with anything. The closest thing that I have self-diagnosed myself, I guess, is multiple personality disorder.
So, I don't know what happened there. But then she goes on to upload, I guess, a new video to continue the saga. This one's titled, My Alter's Switch Caught on Camera, which is basically an ASMR session until she films B-roll of her having the munchies in the kitchen. Well, I mean, hey, at least she's not eating live animals. But F in chat for her therapist and for her therapist, because, you know, she's starting a whole chain reaction of therapists getting therapy for giving her therapy sessions. But then to continue the saga, because we were not tired enough yet, apparently, she uploaded this video titled, Social DID, Please Stop Bullying Us, which is as far away from the truth as possible, but sure. Whatever. Let's let her say what she wants to say, but fast forwarding about a week, this entire situation is just swept under the rug, and obviously that's not good at Trisha Paytas HQ. So Trisha Paytas, she needs to do something to get that spotlight back on her. So how does Trisha Paytas HQ crank up that business again? By attacking the Vlog Squad for the 80th time. Let's go!
I mean, she probably do be bored in quarantine. Might as well.
Honestly, I mean, at the end of all this quarantine stuff, people are wilding out during quarantine now. You know, like in the Bible, everything's referred to as BC and AC.
Yeah.
People be like, so there's before quarantine,
Yeah.
during quarantine, and after quarantine. So people will be like, that was BQ before quarantine. That was DQ, not Dairy Queen, during quarantine. And, thank goodness that was PQ, past quarantine. That's going to be the future, guys. But anyway, this was happening DQ, not Dairy Queen, but during quarantine. So we are giving her some slack for that.
Yeah, I was going to say what happens during quarantine stays in quarantine.
Quarantine isn't Las Vegas. You're all just in your miserable room.
I tried.
But this time, to get more attention at Trisha Paytas HQ, instead of going to YouTube, she decided to Twitter fish. But Twitter fishing, in a nutshell, is tweeting stuff that you know is going to get a response. When the response finally happens, you make a big deal about it. Twitter fishing. The following cries for attention were,
My stomach turns at how above everyone else they think they are. Couldn't be more boring. And this just proves they can't do anything without David. It's the saddest group I've ever seen on YouTube, to be honest. Relying on one person's success to ride.
Then a fan replied in the same tone, I'm assuming.
Did you see how much Natalie changed? That's what that group does to you. It makes people feel like they're better than everyone else, and they lose themselves. Natalie is not even what she used to be like. No thanks.
People have the time to write this stuff now. Like, they're just vibing.
Everyone's quarantined. Okay, this is DQ. It's completely fine. It's DQ during quarantine. But then, of course, Trisha Paytas has to continue that chain by replying to that fan by saying,
She's always been the worst. Boring and an actual bitch.
This is a 31-year-old woman insulting someone who's like a decade younger than her. It's literally just like to throw dirt on her name and maybe cash in on a little bit more attention. It's an interesting approach, but historically, this has worked very well for Trisha, so I completely understand why she continues to do so. Like, every time we forget about Trisha Paytas, she does something whack, and boom, she's in every single headline yet again, including my video. I realize I'm a part of the problem. But at the end of the day, she makes an amazing YouTube punching bag, and we gotta give credit where credit's due. Even though Trisha Paytas' YouTube and I guess Twitter is an absolute train wreck, it's quite the entertaining train wreck. So I think we're just gonna leave it right there. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like on it. If you're new here, I welcome you to my channel. It'll be awesome if you subscribed. If you wanna follow me outside of YouTube, you can find me as Atozy on Instagram and Twitter. Links will be down in the description down below. But on that note, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
I don't talk, I get it. Yeah, you know I'm about it. If it kill me, I'ma let it. Run into the bag like I'm so athletic. I've been up since 6, making hits like tennis. I've been on fire, I just need my credit. Wanna go far, need to change my settings. Reaching for the stars so my feet touch heaven. Haven't had first, bitch, I already want seconds.